So let's do a countdown. Oh, we have to sync?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Clap. So, 1, 2,
just
3.
one.
Okay. Why not?
Steven, just leave the laptop there.
All right, so let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, welcome. Oh, I know, that's the weird thing. I'm talking here, but the camera's there, so this is going to be awkward.
Ignore the camera. Ignore the camera.
All right, fine.
Let's start it over
Get
again.
this profile in here. It's not going to be looking nice. All right, so we're starting with our YMM Podcast number 4.
Woo!
So
all right.
we made it to the magical number, whatever magical number of 4 it represents. But we are going to be doing a special podcast in which we're doing lots of verses. Not verses as in raps, but verses as in what's good versus that. So we are a divided nation, and once and for all, we're going to unite each other as to what is good and what is bad. So our first topic for this, before we even get started, we have to go around the room and introduce ourselves to the people at home who are watching this. So let's start off with you, Xavier.
My name is Xavier Reed, but everybody call me Zay.
My name is Egypt.
My name is Chris.
Oh, my name is Snuggy. Yeah.
Snuggy now?
It's Snuggy.
Jalen, King of Dabbing, once again.
And I'm Colin.
All right, so our first topic is going to be about movies versus video games. What would you rather do versus what would you rather do at home? So,
I'd rather do movies all the time. Not because I'm a girl, I don't know about video games, but you learn stuff from movies. You don't necessarily learn things from video games. Like you learn morals, you learn life lessons. You can even learn some facts you didn't know before. So I prefer movies.
Okay.
I feel like I grew up on video games, so like it take like times off for me. I find movies boring to me. Like I would not sit there, but video game I will enjoy.
I can see that. So when I was a kid, this was back when like Nintendo was like the thing, like the original Nintendo, right? And I got one of those for Christmas. The reason being is that my parents bought it to improve my hand-eye coordination, right? So they sort of saw that as a way to, make me, have better reflexes and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, I think there's a value, like Egypt was saying, maybe there's not as much of a value to video games versus movies. I mean, I think there definitely is, a component to it that's not just, wasting your time and everything. You can actually build up some skills that way. But, I love movies too. I mean, I've got a huge movie collection as well. Jalen and I have talked a lot about movies in the past. I know he's a big fan.
Yeah.
So where are you coming down, man?
I can't pick, man. Both are just amazing. But movies are like a step beyond because my number one passion is movies. I really want to make a movie, especially an animated movie.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same reason as Egypt. You learn stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's also the visual aspect of it. It can be very beautiful. It can be gritty. It can do all kinds of stuff. And it's a key component to the style of a movie. That's what I love about movies.
So, for my input I'm gonna definitely have to agree with Egypt about the movies. The messages that you could get from a movie, it's not the same with the video game. Though there's certain video games that are very intriguing, and you could probably, be entertained. But a movie, it's different. But I will say, because I grew up on video games too, Xavier. What? Nintendo 64.
64.
PlayStation. And then to the PS2, that's when we really started kicking. I would say video games kind of helped with friendships. We'll definitely play games together, me and my friends, even family. So video games definitely, I think, has a special bond that movies or shows wouldn't have. But for some reason, I'm still going with movies because of that reason. That the message. There's movies that'll make you cry, that actually help you in life to go through certain things in life.
Yeah.
And there's also funny movies that could kind of help relationships as well. You just laugh over whatever's in the movie. So yeah.
That's true.
I mean, okay, I am for movies, but I'm not going to just disregard video games. Video games are more interactive. So in movies, you can have a super important movie that like you agree with like 100%, but but people get tired. You're sitting on the couch, you're staring at a screen, you get tired eventually. So you can, like Xavier was saying, you can't fall asleep. Video games are kind of interactive, but the problem with video games to me is that some people get really addicted to it. Like a movie's an hour. After an hour, probably gonna go eat or something, so you're done with that. When you're playing video games, people sit there, and yes, it's good for using hand-eye coordination, but when you're in front of a screen all day and people move up close to the screen, it's actually not good for you.
Yeah.
So I still go with movies, but there are some positive things that come with video games.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me to think about it, but I mean, there's like almost two versions of video games, right? There's like the single player thing, so it's almost like, okay, I'm in there, I'm isolated, I'm by myself, and I'm just playing through the storyline, right? But yeah, you're right. There's kind of almost like it's almost like a sport, like you're playing this competitive thing against people, right? And I mean, it is at this point. It's almost like an e-sport, right? Like people are making money playing things like Dota, playing things like Overwatch and stuff. So it's weird because movies are the same way too. You have, like documentary, right? It's almost like straight education, right? I'm learning something about a subject, and I'm sort of getting some information brought into me. But then there's things that are just totally for entertainment value, right? Like I'm going to put on like a romantic comedy and I'm just going to like kick back and, cry or putting on a comedy. Like I just watched Pop Star this morning and I was just laughing, at that sort of thing. But I'm not learning anything from it, right? It's just totally, for just my own enjoyment, right? So I think both, have these sort of weird different sides to it, right? Where like you can get something really valuable out of one, or one component of it, but one can just be totally fluffy, just completely,
Well, every good movie, not every movie, but every good movie, a movie that I actually enjoy for the most part, always has a message. Rather, if it's a comedy, because comedies can get very serious. They have those serious scenes, or it might be funny. You're like, oh wait, what happened? Who died? But if you actually pay attention to it, there's still a lesson being taught. Even though it might be not obvious, it's still there. So I feel like overall movies do share a lesson. Like some movies are just nonsense. I don't even know why they created, but other than those, majority of them do have lessons somewhere hidden deep inside.
That sounds just like a video game.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
Well, my argument towards that, my daughter grew up playing Assassin's Creed, and she taught me that she learned a lot more about history playing Assassin's Creed. You've got to be kidding me. But the other side is that myself being an only child, I had to have video games and I had to have movies because, that's how I entertain myself. But the problem lies is that if you want to share a movie, you can't talk smack while you're watching a movie unless you're both okay with talking smack about the movie. So it depends on the movie and it depends on the video game.
Yeah, you're right.
I would say this actually gives a point for both, because in both movies and video games helps with this imagination. For some reason, I kind of lean on video games when it comes to imagination, just to see what people create. But it goes in movies as well. It just helps your imagination. Like, I didn't know this was possible to be created, or I didn't know it was possible to make a certain scene this way, or to speak a message in a certain way. So both video games and movies are awesome for that.
I mean, my favorite types of movies are kid movies, and like not little kid movies, like not like for like 4-year-olds, but like 10-year-olds. Those are my favorite movies because they have the best lessons and they give kids the most hope. And it's not just me being a little kid. Like my mom was like, oh my gosh, I want to see this movie. I'm like, you too? Like, aren't you like, how old are you? And she like, I went to go see Sing, that movie that came out maybe a month or two ago without her, and she was so heartbroken. She was like, you saw it without me? And then we went to go watch Finding Dory. She even cried. And I was like, it's just, I don't know, because animated movies, like going on imagination, they just make you look at things differently.
Yeah.
Rather when you see people, it's like, I mean, that's possible. It's true, right? And also, even with people, when you see like comic book movies, sci-fi movies, you kind of like, if you're interested in things like that, you're kind of like, oh, but how do they do that? That opens the minds of kids, like, oh my gosh, but I know that's not Transformer, but I know it is though. Wait, what's going on? So it gets kids thinking, and then that's where kids get interested in stuff like that. So it opens up people's creativity and imagination.
That's true. I can see that. But it's funny. So everything that you guys are saying is sort of making me think of new, thoughts and ideas and everything. And so I was thinking about creativity, right? And creativity with video games. And like one of the most popular video games nowadays is Minecraft, right? And so it's a video game, but it's all about creation, right? And so kids having the opportunity to play something, but also create at the same time. So it's no longer this sort of passive thing, right? Where I'm just playing through somebody else's story and somebody else's creativity and ideas. I'm making my own stuff. And the other thing I was thinking about is actually a video game that we have here in New Media, which is Portal, right? I don't know if any of you guys have played Portal.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Portal?
Yeah.
Cool, excellent. Well, I mean, Portal is really cool because, can you tell us a little bit about Portal? What's it all about?
Portal is a game where you're the player and you wake up in this laboratory, and you're in this laboratory to test this portal gun, where you can, of course, make portals to go from one place to another. The game gets more and more complex with the use of the portal gun in levels. And it's very cool. It's very cool.
And you have to think creatively as far as like how to get out of these areas, how to use this one tool to get you out of all of these complex situations, right? So there's a creativity and there's like a problem solving inherent in the game itself, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also very funny.
That's true. It's also really funny. And it's one of those things as games get more and more advanced, like back in the NES era, with the original Nintendo, it'd be really hard to make like a funny video game, right? Because the graphics were so, basic and like all there was text. But as games get, more mature, you can make things actually funny and sad and maybe even make you cry someday, So, but yeah.
I'm dropping out.
You're dropping out? Okay. All right, Jalen. Thanks for joining in.
Peace.
I would also add to that. I would also add to that. From movies, and this is a point for movies. I see a lot of imagination and creativity that happens in movies aspires certain things to actually become a reality, certain inventions. I'm trying to think. But I know I've seen it. So like, especially sci-fi, they actually push the imagination of what's possible that we can actually create in real life. I don't know if video games kind of have that same effect to the capacity that movies have. So I'll definitely lean on into movies as far as affecting the reality, what's actually inspiring, what's happening here on Earth. So, yeah. And I have a question. Do you guys know which makes more money, movies or video games?
I don't know. I'm not sure at this point. I think it might be video games. It
Really?
might be at this point, yeah, because they cost a lot more to like actually buy one, than a movie ticket. But I don't know.
So do you not know?
Oh no, I don't. I was asking. I'm thinking movies, but.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Oh, so what I was saying, one of the cons towards video games, like I was saying in the beginning, was people will keep watching because it can get very addicting. Because with a movie, even with TV, if you're watching a TV show, you have commercials, you have, this episode's done, so I have I have a minute or two to kind of like recuperate, get some food, use the bathroom. With video games, you just stare into the screen. No, which is honestly, there's no stopping. You keep going, keep going, keep going.
You got the
Like,
pause button,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
You got the
Just
pause
pause it.
button.
You do, you're right, but who uses it? Unless you really have to go use the bathroom, who uses it? My brother, all he does is play video games. We have Xbox and PS3. He plays video games. If we don't tell him to eat, he will not eat. He will eat though, but he will not eat. He just stares into the screen. Even when he's watching TV, even sometimes with TV soon, but that's because he's always on his phone. He's watching because now the thing is like kids watch video games like on their phones, like how people play it, and he sits there and he puts his phone in his face and he watches it. So that's one of the cons where it gets very addicting and it misses your eyes. So that's a point of taking points away from video games.
So our PA, our producer over here, Vinny, just got us some information. It actually turns out that in 2014, movies we're almost twice as big as far as revenue as games. So we look like movies made 28.1 billion, and games made 15.4 billion. But still, like, that's an incredible amount of money, you know, between the both of them. So yeah, right on.
I mean, it's easier to get, if you want to illegally obtain video games on the internet, it's a lot easier than movies. Because because with movies, you kind of have to wait a little bit before actual movie. Like, if you were to get it illegally on the internet, you have to wait like a week or two before it actually pops up somewhere. Video games, like, really instantly. Like,
Not on certain sites I know.
Okay.
No, really, like, people, even with music, people download things because everybody's just trying to share stuff, which it's good, but then you're taking people's money away.
Yeah.
So,
But that's a whole other issue with
Yeah,
privacy.
Absolutely.
All right, so Snuggie, you want to chime in?
Oh my gosh. What was the question again?
Movies or video games? Take your time.
Video games.
Why?
All right.
It's limitless, you feel me?
All right, we'll come back to her. We'll go to the next topic. So, all right, so we're going to talk about now is pizza versus burgers. So
The
here's-
ultimate debate.
Well, this is the quick debate because it's not going to be much of a debate.
Oh.
Burgers,
Oh.
you can buy one burger. If I want to slice the pizza, I got to buy the whole damn pie. I'm not spending 3 times as much for one item. I just want one slice of pizza. No, you got to buy the pie.
I don't know. If you live in NYC, man,
NYC
you can buy,
is
you can buy it by the slice.
NYC is different. But I can hold my burger in one hand. Pizza is going to be drippy and mess, and I can't drive. I can't drive with a pizza in my hand.
I don't know,
oh,
man.
you can.
That's what I'm saying. NYC, I'm folding that pizza in half.
I say pizza. Also, let's get health real quick. My mother is a personal trainer, nutritionist, and Zumba certified. She's all about her fitness. Okay, I prefer pizza all day over burgers. We don't eat red meat in my family. I mean, my stepdad, he would eat it because he's kind of like, I can't, this is legal now, you can't do this to me. So every once in a while he eat it, but even he prefers, the man who loves steak and loves it, he prefers the white meat, no red meat. I don't like meat in general, I'm more a fish person. But it doesn't matter because even though sometimes, I mean, a burger can be good sometimes. A good burger, it can be good, made right. But it's messy, it really is. Because you have all the sauces and lettuce and this and that, you bite into it, next thing you know it's dripping. So yes, pizza can drip, but I mean pizza, all you gotta do is just get a paper towel and tap. Just tap the oil off, fold it, pour out. I say pizza. Pizza is actually technically a vegetable. No.
Legally, yeah.
Legally it's a vegetable. So I'm just saying. Veggies over meat.
Can you sort of illuminate us a little bit on the pizza as a vegetable thing?
Oh yes. So the school board thought they were slick. Well, not the school board. The people who make the Nutra, I can't remember the name of it, but the whole
The pyramid thing?
yes, the food pyramid of how much food you need to eat. So in the debate of pizza, trying to figure out what it is. So it's made from wheat. It has cheese, which comes from I can't think right now. Okay, like the cheese, but made from wheat. The bread made from wheat. Tomato sauce. All the components of it are vegetables. So they said, well, technically, pizza is a vegetable. So the school, that's why the school board is now allowed to sell pizza. Not sell pizza, but serve pizza at school because it's a vegetable in their eyes. It really isn't, but they're kind of like, I mean, it's a super vegetable. It's made of a bunch of vegetables. I'm like, yeah. So if I give you veggie lasagna, it's still lasagna, isn't it? It's not a vegetable, but anyways, that's the whole pizza's vegetable thing. So really, can't compare them.
Yeah.
Isn't because I know one of the main ingredients in pizza is cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a dairy, right?
Yeah.
A vegetable.
No, but they still consider it a vegetable. I said, okay.
That is crazy.
Yeah, really.
Pizza as a vegetable.
I mean, if you want to get all super sensitive about it, like dairy is cows. You know how many cows they slaughter? It is not good for you. Large amounts of it is not good. Even small amounts, it's not good for you. Pizza, it'd be fine pizza. I'm just saying. And you have a box. You have a burger for yourself. You have a box for all. Because the cost of one burger, depending where you're going, it could be the cost of one whole box of pizza. So as a family, pizza is the best remedy. As a single person, I mean, if you want to spend money on killing living things. It's so criminal of you.
Oh, so pizza is not a living thing.
No.
Plants are not living things.
Yes, but you can grow plants easily.
And I can grow animals too.
Yeah.
It takes a little minute.
Yeah.
You have to slaughter them. I mean, private farms are okay. Private farms are okay, but the way the commercial, I can get this conversation, but commercial farms and all that's horrible. Documentaries, that's horrible. But private farms is fine.
All right, well,
That's how I was raised.
if I can weigh on this, I'd probably go with pizza as well. I think pizza you can do a lot more with. So pizza, like cheese pizza is kind of like the base, right? That's sort of like one component for a whole bunch of things you can do, right? So let's say, for example, I want like Hawaiian pizza, right? It's almost like a sweet pizza, right? It has some, some ham and some pineapple on it, right? So maybe if I'm wanting something a little bit sweeter, I can do that. But if I want to, go all savory, I can get like a meat lover's pizza, and it has a totally different taste than the other one, right? Or if I get something that's all veggie pizza, it's going to have a totally different taste, right? Whereas if I have a burger, I'm always going to be tasting mainly the meat in that burger, right? You're going to put some other stuff on top of it, but you're still going to have that burger base to it, right? Whereas I think the cheese pizza is a little bit more neutral, and then whatever you put on top of it is really gonna make it pop, right? So it's a lot more variety, I think, in my mind.
Because you have the thicker bread, you have the thin flat bread.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of tomato, little tomato. You have mozzarella, Parmesan. What's the other one? Just like a pea. Provolone. Like you have all these different cheeses, those tomatoes, do the several meats. It's all good. You see, it's just it's a combination. It's a whole. I don't know. Pizza runs the nation. I'm so serious. It's just that good. I love pizza.
Xavier, what do you think, man?
Like, I was just thinking, but I feel like I was really in love with hamburger, you feel me? Because, like, I feel like pizza, like, it got grease, it's the same thing to me, you feel me? Both of them got grease, so it really don't matter. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in love with pizza too. Like, that's my favorite all the time. Like, but like I said, like I agree with what you're saying. I understand. I really wasn't thinking about it, cause like I ain't got nothing to argue about it, cause like both of them came in grease.
Which you prefer, like the taste of? Like if you had like you were stuck on a desert island, right? It's like they're gonna helicopter in like one meal to you, right? Like what would you choose, pizza or would you choose burger? Burger. Okay.
If you're on a desert island and you choose one thing, a pizza box can last like 3 days. 3 whole days.
Unless you eat the box. Unless you
You
eat the
get one
box.
burger. That's one burger.
I thought you were gonna say I'd turn that pizza box into a raft or something like that and get off of this
You can
island.
do that too. You can do that too. I'm just
Are
saying.
we? Is it a piece of slice versus a burger, or a piece of box?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good
Yes.
question. Whatever one meal's worth of pizza, I guess, right? So like not like a whole family's like
Okay.
Nice.
The small circle with 4 slices. Type of meal?
like the personal pan
Yeah,
pizza.
that's what I'm talking about.
And at the same time, with pizza, it also depends where you get it from. Because I don't. Some people always argue with me. I prefer Papa John's. I do not like those Caesars.
I like Papa John's
I'm
too.
tired of Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's fine, but I eat it so much, I'm tired of it. Like whenever I love pizza, but when I get pizza, I'm like, please, get out my face. I'm allergic. Like stop. I love Papa John's, but there's a place on the Grove, by Cocoa Walk. It's like really small, and they serve the best pizza. They're closer to New York side. 'Cause my parents are from New York, so whenever we go there, like this is what we miss. Actually, we went to Brooklyn, like maybe 2 years ago, and we got pizza, and they're like, it's better in Miami because like Brooklyn doesn't make the pizza the same. So you're like, what is this? What? So it's the closest to New York pizza, and then nice huge slices are so good. They can be greasy, but at the same time, if you just tap it once, you're fine. The grease is gone. Wow, what a burger in the grease! You take a bite, grease. Take another bite, grease. You can't.
That's not grease, that's juice.
You can't take
Meat
the
juice.
But some people don't like it. It's messy.
I would. I actually do like a favorite pizza spot. It's called Mellow Mushroom Pizza.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
It's
at Sunset.
Yes, I tried. The pizza's good.
That pizza is like,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
it makes you want to sing like Michael Jackson.
It really
It's
does.
like it.
The seasoning is so good.
Which pizza is that?
Mellow Mushroom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At Sunset.
The first one, I've been to Mellow Mushroom. The first one I ever went to was up in Gainesville. My sister told me about it. She was going to UF, and she was like, It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
really good.
a franchise?
Yeah, they have it in, I know that for a fact they have it in Gainesville, and they also have it in St. Augustine. I've been to both. They're really good.
I think they got it in Orlando too, cause we went there in my football season, state finals, and we went out to eat. My coach was talking about that, so it's one in Orlando, and so yeah, you're right. It do have you singing like Michael Jackson.
If I had to choose though,
Choose right.
it'd be pizza.
Yo!
I'm not gonna lie, cause the variety, it's yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. So, we got burger over here, we got pizza over here, we got pizza over here, burger, pizza. What do we got right over here? What do you? Pizza. Okay.
All right, so burger wins. Good.
Whoa! Whoa!
All right, let's move on to our last topic: cats versus dogs.
It's throwdown time now.
So,
I think we can all agree dogs.
what?
Dog.
Nope.
I have cats.
You
I have 2 cats.
You already prefer dogs.
Yes. I prefer dogs for this reason. Cats can get very annoying, extremely annoying. Like dogs, like at first, because I've had puppies, and like I've had several different animals. I even have a snake. We're not talking about that. So with dogs, like at first, before I actually get to know their owner, it's like, oh my god, it's a child. A dog can be literally a child. Like it's like taking care of a baby. But then once they get older, they get to know you, like they know your mood. So it's like a person. Like if I'm not in the mood, the dog knows me not in the mood. And when I want some love, the dog knows me want some love. The cat, on the other hand, it's like I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care how your day is. I just know I need some love. And you cannot have one cat. One cat is just so. 2 cats. He has a friend. Has a buddy system. You see, it won't get lonely. It won't find a need to like break up your carpet or mess with a pillow. There's a love. There's a sister like thing going on. I mean, they fight a lot, and they fight so much too. My cats run around the house attacking each other, which I really didn't care about. But now with baby brother, so I'm like, Zion, move this way because they're fighting and rolling around like it's literally a cat fight. I'm like, oh well, I prefer dogs. Dogs are nice. You can take dogs outside. I can't take my cat outside. You don't see me walking around on a leash on a cat. No, that's not how it works out. They get really aggravating. You have the litter to worry about. Not saying that's any better than having to go out 4 o'clock in the morning to walk a dog outside, but I mean, it's not in your house though, and it's easier to clean up too.
You can train the cat to flush.
I've seen it. I've seen videos on
Yes,
YouTube.
I saw that on
I saw it on YouTube.
I mean, who's going to take the time to do that?
Same amount of time it takes to train a dog.
No. I would not. Plus, to teach you how to flush, does the cat use your bathroom, your toilet, or do you give the cat own toilet?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
Because
I guess it depends on how many bathrooms you have in your
If you
house.
give the cat the same with size-wise, because the cat's really not that big. But if you give the cat your toilet, I have cat pee everywhere. No. And if you have to buy it, that's wasted money. No. You don't have to get a dog much. I mean, you have to once in a while take it for a little trim, depending on what dog you have. Some dogs don't roll that much, some dogs roll a lot. I mean, you have to get a bag of dog food, which a bag of cat food is humongous, plus cat litter. I mean, you see where I'm going with this? Like, dogs are better. I despise that we have cats.
I'm with you. I like dogs. I'm a dog person, like through and through. But it's not entirely by choice. I'm allergic to cats. So it's never been like even an option for me. So I have to be a dog person.
How close do you have to be to
Like I just have to be like in a house that's had like cats in it, and my eyes get all red and like my nose starts dripping and everything.
That's my
It's
brother.
not pretty at all. So your brother is allergic to cats, but you have cats in your house?
Yes, because we didn't know. When we bought the cats, we didn't know.
Oh no.
We adopted cats. First off, we adopted. We're
Okay.
good people. We adopted the cats, we didn't know. I mean, he always got like fuzzy eye, but nothing too bad. We were kind of like, because my dad's allergic, but we didn't think anything of it really. And then he got blood work done, because just send on the normal blood check. And he was allergic to cats. And we're like, oh, okay. So he spends and then we have carpet, so he spends all his day upstairs because we have a gate so the cats don't get onto the carpet. Because what happened is that where we used to live in an apartment, and in an apartment, the whole house is carpet. Now it's like tile on carpet. So anywhere he went, it was like sneezing, it was running nose, it was fuzzy eyes. So now we have a gate, like a little baby gate, which we got before we even had a baby. A little baby gate, so they don't go past that. So all the upstairs carpet is fine, but once he comes downstairs, he hates being downstairs. It's like literally like imagine a blue sky, a line, and a black sky. So he's here fine, then crosses the gate.
Wait, so the cats and the dogs, they stay inside the house, or like is it something like they stay inside and outside the house?
Well,
Or
cats,
they can't pass the gate. The gate is inside the house.
No, yeah, my gate's inside the house. It separates upstairs from downstairs, so the
Right.
cats don't get to the carpet. They
But the
inside
cats
them.
and the dogs are together.
Yeah, I don't have dogs. I have cats. I say I prefer dogs.
You
though.
prefer the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, let me chime in on this. I have a story.
Oh, story time.
When I was an infant, I was in my crib, just crying. Then came along a creature that has jumping abilities. It jumped up on the crib and was looking at this baby, which was me. It proceeded to go to the baby
See, Miller.
and play with the baby's vein on its neck. It had the potential to not only cut the baby's vein neck and kill the baby.
Oh my gosh, that was
Right.
him.
Yeah,
It was him.
This is a story about me. So it had the potential to do that. So, but luckily, I think it was my dad at first. He came in. No, it was my mom. She came in. She seen it and she screamed. Then that's when my dad came. He's seen it. He screamed because it was. I guess it thought it was a toy. My thing, my neck. And that's when the parents, my dad, seen the cat and threw it out a 2-story floor building out the window.
I put him in on his feet.
Huh?
I put him in on his feet.
It probably is still living.
Wait, was it your cat?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
that's still how I feel about cats. I would throw it out the window if I have the opportunity. So I'm definitely going with dogs. Dogs are so awesome. Dogs are like, I believe, if you spell it backwards, they're given by God. I'm so serious. It's like dogs are not a best man's friend or a man's best friend, but they could be like, a lifesaver at times. Dogs are used to help people who are blind. Dogs are, I don't know, they're just so companion. Yeah, dogs are, they could be lifeguards.
That's what's up.
Dogs could be used for the canines, for the police, to help. Like, they have so much uses that I don't see cats having. So,
Oh, all right. Well,
It's just like, like I have my first dog when I was 3. To this day, I still got the same dog. I treat him like a best buddy, so when I look at a cat, I'd be like, ew. Ew. So, like I said, I talk to my dog like he's my best friend, I tell him about how my day went. To this day, I still tell him how my day went. And I have fun with him,
what kind of dog you got?
Canine. Not a canine, I mean a pit bull.
Pit bull. Right on. Yeah.
Mr. 305.
There you
Pit
go.
bulls are very sweet dogs, first off, and clear the air. They're very sweet dogs, what you're saying. They're not allowed here, but they're very sweet.
It's true.
I bet if Pitbull was in this conversation, he would choose dog.
That'll be for another podcast.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we get him into you media.
Yeah, so basically, here's the results. Burgers won, cats won, and video games won.
Whoa!
Settled the argument.
What?
All right.
Not a democracy.
All right, so guys, thank you very much for doing this podcast.
Excellent.
It
It's a lot
was
of fun.
good. So stay tuned for next time.
Cool.
Right on.
Right on. You media.